It's tier listing time. Yo. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is I've gathered every single Minecraft event that I can recall that I've played in. And we're going to be ranking them. It's that simple. There are probably some events I forgot about. There's a reason partially why I'm doing this live. Number one, because it's going to be a long video stream thing. Number two, because in the instance that I really forgot something important, somebody in the chat can be like, "Oh, you forgot this one," and then we'll include it, right? So as of right now, we have 78 entries to rank. It should be every Block Wars, every PB, MCC, Origins, whatever that I've played in over the past, well, this would be what, 5 years-ish? Roughly, maybe a little less. And, yeah, we're gonna do it. Do you think you remember all? Well, some of them were simple, right? Because it was like, I don't remember all the experiences, if that's what you're asking. Definitely not. Some of these are, most of this is gonna be me looking at the team and being like, this was probably fine, or not. But in terms of, like, remembering every event I've played in, I definitely don't remember every event I've played in. I've tried my best, but I don't know. One-time events count, yeah. There's stuff like House of Nightmares on here, I think. I'm gonna have to somehow figure out how to look at these. Hold on, maybe I should edit this. 1 second. Let me edit this tier list. Because I think, yeah, if I just do landscape, I can actually see everything. There we go. Okay. Boom. Now it's a bit more readable, though admittedly I'm not gonna remember some of the Twitch Rivals ones because it's just little screenshots of whatnot. Either way, let's start from the top. So this is gonna be in alphabetical order, which means we're starting with Biome Battle. Is Biome Battle this one? I should probably make a thing for current talk one. Current one. And then make that gray or something, right? That's probably a good idea. So this ranking is going to be a combination of two things, right? Of course, number one is the team experience. Is it a funny team? I did not have Funny Wars with Slushy in here. I could add that. That was never was that ever announced publicly? If there's like an image I can grab for that, then I will put it in the tier list. Yeah, so I'm gonna rank it based off of multiple things. One of them is gonna be the team itself, and number two is gonna be the event experience. There are gonna be examples where probably there is a team that's really cool where the event sucked, or a team that's okay but the event was really cool. So yeah, either way. This is an example of a team that's fun team, but the event barely ran, so I can't reach, or I can't like put it super highly, right? Because it's a team that didn't really get a chance to properly play out the event. So I'm gonna put it in like C, probably. I also don't really know what the foundation is, because I'm not starting with like a banger team that's like the best of the best or whatever, right? So yeah, we'll see. But it's a fun team. It's just a really not great event experience. Sorry. Overall, because the event barely ran, right? So it's a fun team, but the event didn't work. So this could also affect Twitch Rivals to an extent, right? I'll put it in B for now. Then you have Biome Battle. This one was it 3, 2? I don't know. One of them. One of the Biome Battles. Probably Biome Battle 3, if I had to guess. Me, Shane, Haley, and Kyle. Which is like a fun team. I recall this not being like the most fun event experience because we just had 3 new people in Biome Battle, which was not a newcomer friendly event. So it just means that like the overall experience is not as fun, especially when there are teams, you know, that may be stronger, etc. And I don't think the like event ran like the smoothest either. So this one would probably rank similarly to this. I would honestly put it probably just in the same tier as this, which I still think, actually no, I think B is fine. I would say that this pink team ranks above the red team, despite this being my closer friend group. It's just because we weren't getting diffed as much, I think, in this one compared to this one. This one was a little bit more of a fun vibey experience, whereas this one, people like, we wanted to actually like try and understand the event, and it didn't really play out to the best extent, right? So yeah. Either way, next up is, I think, Biome Battle 4. I assume the number, yeah, it's just in order. So that's Biome Battle 4. Me, Liam, Sandwich, and Jack Parasite. If I'm going to be honest, I think out of all of the Biome Battles, I remember this one the least. I don't know why. I don't think it was like a bad event at all. It was just fine. I think it's probably just like super okay as an event experience. The team is cool. It's a fun team, but I just don't think there's much of like a insanely standout experience here that makes it stand out, right? I guess. So it's like fine. It's okay, I think. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. The event experience itself, I think, was cool. This was, I think, also the first event with, what's it called? The first event with the dungeon game, right? Which didn't really go that well. All our teams are S tier, right? How many times have we even team jacked? Like twice ever? We'll get to that later. So this was just like an okay event experience and like a decent team. So C. C is like, keep in mind, this is like solid. And then this would be like amazing. This is good. And this would be like great. And this is like meh. I guess probably. I don't know if I should probably add a tier for like absolute dog shit, but we'll get to that later. Next up is this one, which is the Jingle Jam Biome Battle, I think. Which is, I don't even remember who this person is on the left. I think this is Pei. That's Toph, me, and May. Mini 2. I think it's Jingle Jam. It was a Jingle Jam at least. I haven't played a like mini. I haven't played a mini that's just a mini without an extra factor for a Biome Battle. Yeah, the Jingle Jam was a mini, but it was, I played because of the Jingle Jam, not because it was a mini, etc. Right? This one I think was fine. It's another example of one I don't recall too much from. I don't think it was like much. Oh, Moxie, gotcha. Okay. I don't think I've spoken to Moxie since that event because I didn't know them, and they didn't know me either. Regardless, this one again is another example of like I don't remember, man. It seems like it would have been fine, like a solid team probably. I just don't remember. It's just clearly nothing like insane happened that I can recall at least. So it was fine. Yeah, solid team. I've teamed with May 3 times in Biome Battle. That's crazy. Either way, next up, Tings, me, Swift, and May. This was the wheel event. This one was fun. This one was a pretty fun one because me and Swift were bantering. We had a good time. This one's at least like a good one. Our team did decent, I think. Right, the event itself ran pretty well. This one was cool. So I'd put it in great for now. Is my assumption. And then this would be the last Biome Battle team, which is the one where I won, which was my invitational Biome Battle with me, 4C, Kyle, and Poundy, and we did great. We did fantastic. So yeah, I like this one. This was cool. Great team. So this is the ranking. Pretty much for Biome Battle only. I've never had like a bad Biome Battle team. But I've never had like a fantastic, amazing one either, just because I've mostly been teamed with people I know or like people I talk to pretty regularly anyways, right? So it's not going to be likely that I have an experience that feels super unique or whatever. Can you be on any other color than bisexual or red? Oh, yeah. Real, yeah. When are they putting me on like green? That would be like the most different team color compared to this, right? That's funny. Next up, hold on. Holy ass. It's gonna be added here. This is okay, maybe not holy ass, but like yikes. We'll put it as yikes. This was what even is this event? Blissful, I think. Blissful, yeah. Blissful was an experience for sure. The event itself wasn't that great. The team, like, conceptually is funny, but it was a mess. I will say it was a cool. Actually, no, this is definitely not that bad. This would be like meh. The event experience itself was yikes, but like the vibe of us all like coming together and doing this was pretty funny. So it kind of redeems it. This is meh. It's not like actually bad. It's just meh. The event I didn't enjoy, but the environment was cool. So yeah, W. Next up, this is the Xbox event we played in, I think. Yeah, Boom TV Xbox Game Pass, hosted by Noah Picaclicks. W event. This is the event, I think, where Lewis did his iconic guessing the armor thing or something like that. I don't remember if specifically that's the correct event or not. But this one we did really well. It was really fun, and it's an iconic team. It's like an actually. Is there a VOD? There's a main channel video at least. I actually don't know if the VOD for this exists. There's a chance it's gone. We'd have to look for it. It would be called like Xbox something. So yeah, but there's at least a main channel video for it. I know that for sure. Either way, this was a really fun team and a really unique event experience. I don't think this was like an amazing event experience. I think it was like a good but relatively generic type of experience. The team is fun. This would just be great. Like it's just really cool. And I got money. I got money and like a gift box or something. It was sick. Hey, I got hella shit from this one. So W. I would rank it at the bottom of great though. It's cool. It's cool. I would say like this is like 10s and 9s. This is 8s. Yeah, this is like a 10s and 9s in terms of like out of 10 ranking. This is like a 8, 7, 6, 5 to 4, and then anything that's worse than that is gonna go down here. Next up is the very big. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna make it an executive decision and say that we're gonna do Block Wars at the end, because Block Wars is like a lot. Like a lot. So we're gonna keep that one for later. Which means that up next is what is this one again? Code Red. Code Red. Code Red was so bad. It was so bad. This was horrible. I'll just put it here because we're still talking about it. Code Red was a event that Piggles got our team to sneak into miraculously, and that was cool. But the event itself was maybe one of the worst events I have ever played, and it was genuinely horrendous. And the team aged pretty poorly because of somebody on the team. So yeah, we're putting that in a big old F tier. Next up, though, we have what I think is, I want to say Frost War? I don't even know. Yeah, this is Frost War. Yeah, this is a yikes one. Which team was Frost War? This isn't a team. This is just Frost War as an experience. And, wow. It's, yeah, I think I rage quit this event because I hated it that much. I really thoroughly did not enjoy my time playing it, and I left before the event ended, I think, because I really did not like it by a lot. So, yeah. Possibly worse than the Code Red event. It was pretty bad. Yeah, Frost War was like PB before PB existed. When PB became Pandora's Box, that was like a major glow up compared to this state of Frost War. This was horrible. Hello. Either way, yeah, we don't have to talk about it anymore. It's an experience. Next up, though, House of Nightmares. Yay! Okay. House of Nightmares, I think, is okay. I think, like, House of Nightmares as an experience, if I compare it to, like, this event, which Blissful, right? It's like the event experience itself was better than Blissful, and I think the environment itself is also better than Blissful. So I have to probably rank, and it's significant. So I have to rank it at least in solid. I actually don't think, like, if House of Nightmares like was run back, I would be excited to play again. As much as the gameplay was lackluster, it was very mid. The like actual environment and experience was really cool, right? So I'd actually honestly say it's probably pretty high ranking for me. I really didn't have that bad of a time in the House of Divers. I kind of liked it a lot compared to a lot of other people at least. So yeah, it's yeah, pretty solid, almost good, exactly. Pretty solid. Um, Next up though is the Mayhem portion. I'm just gonna grab all the Mayhems real quick, and we'll just do it one by one from left to right. Right, this should all be in order of when I played Mayhem. I don't know if all of these were streamed, but I definitely streamed most of them. So yeah. Either way, first up is Minecraft Mayhem, the one that many people may not be aware of in terms of like my streams or my participation in Mayhem. This was my first ever Mayhem experience where I think subbed in for somebody because Pickles told me, love this timing, UAE time zones suck with American streamers, so I love that I'm able to watch Wolfeei. Just want to say that. I'm glad this works for you. I'm glad this works out very well. Hell yeah. I want to stream at these times a bit more if possible. It's just usually not doable because of either dinner or meetings. So, but I like trying to stream at these hours if possible. Either way, this first one, Mustard Mangoes, is the first time I played Mayhem. This was not like this was when Mayhem was not that good. It was like super okay. And like, the team was fun. We won, I think, and it was all right. But like, probably put it in meh. It's like I wouldn't really want to run this back. I think not because I don't like the team or anything. It's just like meh. Then next up we have my first actual Mayhem as like an official player, which is me, Andres, Stu, and Ogar, which kind of shows how fucked Mayhem was at some point in terms of its balancing. I mean, not that it became much better if you look at it like this, but this is ridiculous already. I think this was like okay. This was like solid, right? This would be like a solid experience. The team is fun. I think the event itself was okay. I obviously signed up again, so I must have had a decent time. Hey Kyle, what's up? And it was alright. It was right. So yeah. It was alright. Then next up we have Mayhem, which I think is a December event because it's Magenta Mistletoes. A team of me, Stu, Ant, and I want to say this is Catkins, but I could be wrong. I think it's one of Ant's like mods or chatters or something like that. I was not familiar, at least, and still not really that familiar, unfortunately. I don't really recall the event experience here. I assume it was okay. But I don't really remember much from it, so it must have been like solid, probably. I don't remember what number this event was. I mean, I'm sure they'll say right here, Mayhem 25, and this is what 24, I assume. Yeah, Mayhem 24 is the next one 26, or what is this one? Yeah, 26. So I obviously enjoyed it enough to sign up again. It appears, which is good, of course. Do you like Boostfer as a teammate? Yes. Boostfer as a teammate is very entertaining. It's very funny. I wouldn't want to team with Boostfer in every event, but that applies to everybody, right? I wouldn't want to team with Shane in every event. I wouldn't want to team with whoever in every event. That wouldn't be that fun because you want variety, right? But I like teaming with Boostfer. It's cool. Next is the Mayhem team that snuck in because we said we would be drunk, and some of us were. I think this was a drinking stream at least. Me, Shane, Christy, and Redacted. Very, very interesting combo. I mean, at the time, this probably was pretty fun. So can't really rank it any lower than solid. Probably would be the most fun out of the teams here so far, right? What event was this? It's the 20. This 28. So I think I got benched for the event afterwards. So yeah. Anyways, next up is me, Shadoon, Booster, and Kara. This was the first event Kara and Shadoon played in, I think, from Mayhem. I want to say Booster had already played before. I obviously had already played before. This was a pretty fun team. It was not a very strong team. We kind of got crapped on in this event because we just weren't a very strong team compared to the other ones, because Mayhem is very high comp compared to, well, most events. Even compared to PB, it's still a pretty substantially high comp event comparatively. Actually, maybe even higher comp in some aspects if I'm looking at it right now. But this is a good team. I would say this is good. It was like a fun squad. I honestly would say I'd rank it at the top of good. This was cool. So yeah, I was a fan of this one. This one was cool. What's the hardest event you've played? Great question. I don't remember. I don't know. Let's see if there's any on here that I could recall as being the hardest ones. Like, older Block Wars was really hard. But I don't know if it would be the hardest. I mean, I played, of course, PB back in the day, but I wouldn't be able to tell you which PB was the hardest either. I couldn't tell you necessarily what was the hardest event I played in. I don't remember. So yeah. Either way. Continuing forward, yeah. So, next team is the one of me, Ubby, Kyle, and Rowan. House of Nightmares. House of Nightmares wasn't the hardest because I got 20 something, which is like good. Yeah, Minecraft Ultimate is on this. I played one Minecraft Ultimate a long time ago. Either way, next Mayhem. Yeah, this one I would say is probably like one of the lesser Mayhem experiences. Not because any particular person I think was like a problem in terms of the team, but because I just don't think the team was a very cohesive one in terms of like how well it gelled together. I also don't think we had like a very strong performance throughout this event. It was just kind of like okay, so it's just like very meh. But I don't think it's like bad. I mean, I'd say it's probably like here, but it would be like at the top. I just don't remember these, so I have no clue if how good any of these were. These could also be in meh. Like I have no clue. Probably would be in meh if I had to guess. So yeah, that probably makes a little bit more sense. Either way, this leaves one Mayhem, which is probably my favorite one. Not just because, of course, my team was really good and we made it to the finals, but also because it's a sick team. It's such a cool one. Me, Shane, Shadoon, and Parker is so fire. That's such a sick team. Of course, isn't able to happen in like any event because it's ridiculously broken. But it was fun. It was a cool event. I would probably say it's like the highest rated Mayhem I've played, but I don't think it's like in the same tier in like this group thus far. I think maybe it is. I don't remember specifically how good or great of an experience it was, but this was a fun team. I enjoyed it. Maybe we'll bump it up if more entries make it in, because we've only gone through how many? 18 out of 78. We have 60 teams left. We are 1/6 of the way through. Yeah, that's how math works. Either way, that was the Mayhem portion, which means that up next is MCC. Look, I don't think I need to. I feel like we all understand. It's of course it's gonna have to be at the top so far at least, right? Fun team. We played well. It was a surprisingly good performance as well. Nobody really expected us to be a like dominant team for this event in any way or form or anything. The event gameplay was fun. The environment was really cool. The result was fantastic, etc. Right? It's so many things like are to be mentioned here. Make S+ for the best event. We'll look into if new tiers are needed. We'll look into if new tiers are needed the more we do this, because there's a chance we may need to like differentiate between some of the ones in the middle portion as well. How did you react to the Ash 4v1 in MCC? Absolutely ridiculous, and there is a watch party on YouTube. Yeah, there is a MCC Rising 3 watch party if you want to see my live reaction, but it was crazy. Either way, yeah, MCC, I don't need to talk about it anymore. We know that MCC was fantastic, right? I will say, I'm not sure if this is the best event. I'm unsure. We probably, but I don't know for sure. But probably. Mayhem so meh. The thing is it's a combination of the actual team, like in terms of cohesion, and the event experience. In terms of like, I mean this one I think could have gone here. I just don't remember, so I'm just gonna put it in here because I feel like if it was a better experience, I would have remembered. So I'm just assuming it was meh. Mayhem wasn't like a very impressive event for the most part at this part, but even meh isn't bad. This is like a 5 out of 10, which is like fine, or a 4 out of 10, and it's also a combination of the team experience and the event experience, right? So it's 2 factors. So, yeah. Either way, continuing forward. Next up, we have now this one is a bit of a weird one. MCL. This is a Twitch Rivals at the time that I played in. EVNT event. If you don't remember, Minecraft League of Legends crossover thing that Noah Clicks hosted. I played this with 5UP, Moxie, Sleepy, and June. This image doesn't have me on it because there were no images for the MCL announcement or the MCL that I played in. But it was a cool event. Have you ever won MCC? Yes, I have. I have this one. There's a main channel video if you want to see it. It's a very, very good video, in my opinion. No bias, of course. Either way, MCL, this was a cool event. Like, this was a very unique experience, right? The type of event I hadn't played before, even a type of game I hadn't played before. The only League of Legends formats I've played are MCL and the Pokemon one. I've literally, like, never played that type of thing before. Thank you, Ann Rosa, for the gift up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hold on, I'll let the thing play out. There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yeah, MCL, it was a unique experience for me. A very unique team as well. This was how I met Sleepy, who I would now call a pretty good friend of mine. Of course, me and 5UP were already friends, but I feel like this solidified our friendship a little bit more. Then Moxie and June, I got along with. I didn't end up like connecting with them much post event because they're just from such different bubbles and like they're not as attached to Minecraft as somebody like, of course, 5UP and even to an extent Sleepy is. But this is a really fun event. I would say this is good. Like I really enjoyed the gameplay. I really enjoyed the team itself. I would rank this probably here maybe or here. It's like it's in this bubble somewhere. From what I remember, I really enjoyed this. Like I wanted to play again, and I did. When they did private lobbies, I ended up playing because I really enjoyed it. Even though it's 1.8 PvP, definitely not something I usually like doing. And it is also competitive. This was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good format. So yeah, big fan of that one. Next up. We're going to have a lot of Block Wars, by the way. We're not going to get to Block Wars yet, but not only do we have, what is this? 18 main events to go through. We also have a couple of other events to go through as well. How many is this? This is like 14 Origins as well. So we're going to have a bunch. Yeah, we'll add events I forgot about at the end. Just let me know when we're like almost done, and then we'll add it onto stuff. I forgot about Funny Wars. I didn't put Funny Wars on here. Either way, Minecraft Ultimate up next. I played one Minecraft Ultimate. This was not like the main Minecraft Ultimate. This was like essentially what Biome Battle Mini is, right? That type of equivalent of Minecraft Ultimate. Like one of the final ones, if not the final one they did, which was a little bit less on like the popular creator side of things. So yeah. Good night. And it was like decent, I think. Like solid. This wasn't a bad event at all. And it's like fine. I guess. I'd probably put it like there. The team was good, but like I don't think it stands out necessarily as like a great like event. It's just like fine, it's solid. we say like more than 50% of the events you've played in is Block Wars. No, it's less than 50%, but the majority in terms of, not majority, compared to any event, I've played by far the most Block Wars, right? I've played in like 30 Block Wars events, and the closest other event in terms of amount of events played is probably PB, where I've played like 10, or something like that, right? No, I've played a bit more than that. I've played like 14 PBs as well. So yeah, interesting, right? Interesting. Either way, let me switch the playlist real quick. There we go. Okay. Next up though, I kind of want to leave the plot. Now I'll do Origins in order. This is gonna be fun. So I'll grab Series 1 Origins first. Thank the follow, appreciate it. I'll grab Series 1 Origins first. So Block Wars Origins time. For those of you who don't know, hello, welcome. Block Wars Origins is not what Block Wars was originally, or didn't exist originally, right? Block Wars was what Origins 1 to 10, or 1 to 15 was even called, right? Block Wars Origins 1 was called Block Wars 1, etc. until the split. When the split happened, the previous 15 events were renamed to being Origins, and from there, Block Wars 1, Creator Side, etc. happened, right? This is very old, like, gameplay in terms of Minecraft events. I think this may literally well, not team name. Technically, I was part of Team Bind briefly, which was Block Wars Origins 2. But team name, I think, is the first streamed Minecraft event I played in. I also did play MCC tests, of course, before I even joined Block Wars Origins, but this is the first ever event I officially played in. And it's a banger team. Me, Misty, Shane, Annie, and Violet is a cool team. It is a cool team. Ended up aging pretty well in terms of, like, not aging, sorry, in terms of the performance. It did really well, of course. We performed really well. I think this was when I was in my, like, S tier, quote unquote, arc. Yeah, were you always the Block Wars host? No, I was not. Up until Block Wars 10, the host of Block Wars was Emerald. Together with Tommy, who still is around, of course, and to an extent Lizard was involved as well. But the host, like the player manager, etc., was Emerald up until Block Wars Origins 10. That was his final event. From Block Wars Origins 11 till now, I've been in charge of hosting Block Wars pretty much, right? In terms of the player side of things and whatnot, has been my role in Block Wars, like hosting stuff, etc. Either way, team name, this is Block Wars Origins 4, by the way. This would have been, God, how long ago is Block Wars? I mean, we could look at the Block Wars website. Blockwars.games. Let's look at the Block Wars website. How old is this? Origins 4 is, wow, March 2021. March 2021 is when this happened. This is over 4 years ago. I would say this is probably a solid experience for me. I think this one was not like a bad event. This was solid. At the time, you know, the Minecraft event quality wasn't that high. It was just MCC that stood out, and Origins was fine. It was playable. It was decent, but it was solid. So yeah. Next up, Team Moon is another team that was fine, like a solid event. I would say that this one, I don't know where I'd put this one. I'd probably put it like right there as well. I might actually, I'll make a maybe a new tier and just call it okay, because I think meh is like kind of a bad way to put it. So I'll just do like D is okay, and then we'll do E is meh, and then we'll move some of the other ones up as well. So this one will be light, because I'm noticing now there's going to be some events where it's just like, this was okay, and then some of the ones it's just like meh. I think this one I would put an okay. These ones I would put an okay as well. And yeah, I think team name I will rank highly here. So yeah, okay. Next up, Team Snow, which was probably my least favorite Block Wars Origins experience. Um, Similar to this Mayhem team, it's just a lack of like cohesiveness in terms of the team itself. In terms of gameplay, I don't think we did really that great either. One thing that's also very fun to mention is this is the event where CPK joined for the first time. Callum CPK, right? First event ever. This was a big deal for Block Wars at the time. Um, and not only was CPK playing, of course, but as well, Dream was watching. I think it was like Harvey and like Puns and H-Bomb and whatnot. Like a bunch of people were watching the event, which just for the people that were in Origins at the time was unheard of, right? This was like what the hell is going on? Like what? Why is this happening? I don't even know what to use this as like a way to put it into perspective, because I feel like most events I could mention are like big enough to have some level of establishment. But I think maybe like yeah, I don't know. There's no comparison I can make. But Block Wars Origins or Block Wars at the time was really small, and we had a bunch of MCC players watching, right, which was insane. It was just like crazy. However, this event experience wasn't that great. It's definitely in meh. I would say it's probably there. It's like, yeah, it was okay. Next up is Team Gold, which is another Block Wars Origins team that I played on. And it was okay. Nothing really in particular to mention. For the most part, I'm getting repeat teammates here, right? So, yeah, it was fine. This is okay. I would say that between Moon and Gold, I think Moon was like slightly better. There was not anything like particularly bad about Gold. Gold was a good vibe, I think, but it wasn't. It just wasn't really like a standout, like cool, great event or anything. It's just like fine. So yeah. I'll make this different. This will be D. This will be C, and then we'll make it like what's it called? We'll do like A and then A plus. There you go. I could also make it S and S plus, but I think A plus is more accurate. And then finally is the last Series 1 Block Wars event I played in, which was team name, but again, this was All Stars, where every team, or at least every team name and team color and stuff, not every team color, but every team name was a repeat team name, like one that had already happened before. The teams weren't, for the most part, the same as they were previously, because that wasn't doable, right? But yeah, team name, this was the All-Stars rendition. This is probably, if you have, I don't know if this VOD exists, but if you've never watched team name, I recommend watching, just giving it a go first to see what Block Wars used to look like, because it's fun to see what it used to look like. But most particularly to experience what might be the most insane later half of an event of all time. This is ridiculous what happened in this event in a positive way, and I recommend watching it. That's all I'll say. I'll put it in good, probably. Bottom of good. The event it's is it like actually good? Nah, it's in solid, but it's like high end solid. I would say this is more enjoyable. I don't recall much about this one, but this is good. This is a good experience. Yeah, I think this is fine. This is a decent spot to put it. So that's all the OG Block Wars Origins. Then we'll move on to the rest of Block Wars Origins before we get into the main event. Main event we will actually do at the end. We'll do PB after the Origins portion, just to kind of differentiate things a little bit. Is there a button for that? Yeah, it should be on the Wolfeei Mogamail channel. Let me try to find it real quick. Hold on. If I very briefly look at it, there's also a main channel video for it. Wolfeei Block Wars Origins 10. I don't know where the VOD would be. If you look, so on the Wolfeei Extras channel, there is a playlist, yeah. There's a playlist that has everything in it. Either way. I'm trying to think, should I do Origins again next? I mean, it's not that many teams to go through, so it's fine. I'll do it in little bits. So this is before the split. There were 4 Origins I played in because I benched myself for the first event back because I had a lot of involvement in making the event, right? So me playing the first event back when nobody else knows what's going on is a little unfair. So I didn't do that. So what ended up happening was the team ended up, or the first team I ended up playing on was Team Yoshi. This is actually a really, really fun one. When I do think this is also when I finally had charge of making my own teams, I guess, to an extent, right? And you kind of see how that has influence on the experience. Not only that, but the event itself was just better at the time because it was, higher code quality, higher build quality, etc. There was just more game design going into it, etc. It was just a better overall event experience. But this is a good team too. I don't think the team didn't win for sure. I know that. I think the team ended up getting probably in the middle if I had to guess. I don't think it was a strong team. It was a decent team. This was, I think, the first. I don't know if this was the first time I teamed with Callum in anything. It might have been. It was either the first or one of the first times I had teamed with Callum in anything. I also want to say that this was Callum's. No, this is his second event after his debut. It was a 4th place team. Gotcha. Okay. Was this before the Xbox? I think so. Because this would have been Origins 12, which was in 2022. When is the Xbox one? I don't remember when the Xbox one was. I think it's 2023, I want to say. Because this was in July 2022. So yeah. Either way. Team Yoshi, I think, was good. Solid team. I don't know where I would rate it specifically. I think team name as an experience is just crazy. I'd say Team Yoshi would probably. It's definitely better than the Minecraft Ultimate, I would say. It's probably better than. No, this is, I think, pretty. That's probably accurate. This is just a fun group, right? Fun group of guys coming together. It was cool. Which then means that next up is Block Wars Origins 13, which was, I think, 5up's first event, second event? I don't remember. I think it was his first. Where he was teamed with Jay, Shane, me, and Annie. Second? Did 5up play in Origins 12? Are you sure? No, he didn't. That was his first event. This I think was solid. I don't remember this being like a super standout team. I think it was fine. I would expect Yoshi to have been a more interesting overall experience, comparatively. I think me, Shane, and 5up were literally. I think around this time, I want to say, we're teamed in Rivals, and that was a more interesting experience, right? Which says a lot. So this one I think is solid or okay. I would say it's probably okay, but top of okay. I would say this was a cool experience, but nothing special. Just solid, decent experience. Next up, Team Lotad. This team was really good because it won. I think in terms of actual cohesiveness and vibe, it's fun, but it's not a particularly standout great combo. I would say it's probably low end solid. It was just good. Not the bottom. I think it's probably better than the original team name and probably better than this one, but I don't think it beats this. So yeah, the win right before the Dread of Wins. That is true. Yes, this was the last win I had for a while. And then finally, we have Team Skull, which is quite an interesting case because this team started as, I want to say, me, me, Obi, Red, Ash, and Wrecked, I think. Subtilt. Yeah, me. I think it was me, Obi, Ash, Red, and Wrecked. DJ, I think. Which means Lamate and Pixel were not originally on this team. And besides that, Wrecked, I think, ended up dropping out last second, and we got Jack Notzels, right, instead. The team was great, though. Fantastic. So good that it made it so Jack became a lad, with it, which at the time was great, right? To have Jack be able to join lads, which was really fun. That was how good of an experience it ended up being. So I would say this is a pretty highly rated one. This was just really funny. I don't remember if there's a VOD for this. I really hope so. I just recall this being really fun. So I'm going to put this one, maybe honestly in good. This could lucky be the best Origins experience I've had, at least that I recall, from, like, before the split. I don't even think our team was particularly good. It's just a good, like, it's just a fun squad. Lamate's like a really fun person to team with. Pixel brings a lot of energy to the table. Like, this is just like fire. This is just cool squad. So I'm gonna put it in good. This is it's crazy. I did not think this would be the highest rated Origins I had, but it is, which is insane. But yeah, W event. I am debating on if I want to put this in good. For my POV, the thing is, like, I would say I want to do House of Nightmares again, and I would, but 5 days of kind of just sitting around doing nothing doesn't really compare to this. So I don't know. I'd even say this might be higher. This was a good experience overall, but House of Nightmares was cool. So we'll leave it at that. Then we can do the final few Origins real quick, which are 5 of them. After the split, I have apparently played 5 Origins events, which would make sense considering I've played like an astronomical amount of mainline Block Wars, of course. Whereas the first time I played Origins was actually a Pride event. Block Wars Origins 22, I think this is, was the first Origins I played after the break, and this was Pride with me, Cloud, Dakota, Kendall, and Chaos. This I think was a pretty fun team. I don't recall it being like spectacular. I think it was like good. Would be in solid. I don't think any of these teams would end up being like worse than solid. I think all of these were just solid experiences, because also this is like post-split Block Wars, right? Which just is always, I mean, you kind of understand this is just better Block Wars now. The event is just actively becoming a much better event. So any later teams you're seeing here, or any teams really after, I'd say any teams after, why is it this in such a weird order? I don't know. Any teams after like Block Wars 7, I think are going to be like solid or higher just because of how the event is. Is the only Pride event you played? I think it's the only Pride event I played in full. I subbed in for one of the Pride Block Wars temporarily, but this is the only like Pride event I think I've played in full. I could be wrong, but yeah. Either way, Team Venom I think is solid. I don't remember too much specifically from it. I would say it's probably like, I had a really good pop-off in this event. Like, this was when Sky Zone still existed. I had a really good like moment in this event. So that was cool. I would say this one ranks, instinctively I'm saying like right there. I'm gonna take a sip of lemonade real quick. All right. Next up is what might actually be the best Origins experience I've ever had. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Like, an absolutely phenomenal just experience overall. Not only is it just a team of homies, but we have this really cool team like skin going on, and the team ended up playing well. I mean, it was a really strong team, of course, but like this was just a banger. This was just a good team. So I'm probably ranking this like right there. This is just a good team. This is also, what Origins is this? This is Origins 24, which, when is Origins 24? Origins 24 is November 2023. This would have been when Block Wars mainline event had existed for a decent bit. This is after Rookies, I think, right? Because Rookies 1 was... Yeah, this is like after Block Wars 8. So this is when the event was getting better. This is like right before Block Wars 9, which was the... what's it called? Block Wars 9, which was like kind of the turning point, I think, for Block Wars, right? Either way, yeah, it ranks up here. It's a banger. It's fire. You love to see. I honestly should probably rate it higher. This is just a fun team. I'm just trying to remember how like much fun I had with the Mayhem teams. I think this is probably fair. I think that's a fair ranking. Next up we have Team Slayer, which I think was a solid team. It's just another one of those where, like, I think the experience overall was fine, not, like, stand out great or bad, really. Did you watch the U.S. Army Parade on Saturday? I did not, no. I do not live in the U.S., so I do not really pay attention. Hold on. What is this? Oh, okay. Anyways, Team Slayer was fine. I think it's solid, right? This is Team Slayer would have been Origins like what 28 or something probably. Yeah, 28. Origins 28 was like less than a year ago. So this is already like super high. This is literally Series 3 of Block Wars. This is Series 3, so the event experience is going to be good. So it's gotta be at least solid. I'll put it like around the same as here, probably. Maybe higher. I don't know. I mean, it's got to be a fun experience for sure. The team itself, I think, is okay. It's a decent team. I'd probably put it like around there. Next up, Team Spiel. Team Spiel as a team, fire, right? Cool ass combo, W combination. The gameplay side of things here was a little odd. This was, I think, Swiffy's and Ruben's first event after Origins Rookies, where they got crapped on, and then we got them to play this one, and they were like, "Why is this so hard?" And this was when I had my battle crash out, I think, or at least this was when I like definitively said I can't stand battle, I hate it. So that's gotta be factored in somehow, but it's still like a fun team. I wish we got a chance to do this like, well, we wouldn't be able to do this now because this team would be genuinely overpowered now, because Swiffies is actually like good, kind of, and Ruben is also better, so it's just kind of, yeah, it's kind of an OP team, so yeah. Haven't you already ranked this before? I don't think so. Have I? I don't recall ranking my events before. Either way. Team Spiel, I'd put in solid, but like... probably like here. Maybe? I don't know. Probably, if I had to guess. I don't really remember this one, but I'm just instinctively putting it there. And then, most recently, Team Gato, which was also a really fun one. This was Andres' first event. Teaming with Charlie again was fun, of course. We'll see Charlie on one of these again soon. Two of them actually. I forgot about the PB one, but we'll see Charlie again on the teams at some point. And this was fun. This is a good event. I would say like I'd put this one like in good. Probably. It's just a fun team. We played well. Good times. Dakota also fun, of course, to team with, as per usual. The classic Minecraft team announcements of Dakota's on a team, and they mention, oh my god, these people on a team, and then and Dakota, I guess, which is like, all right. We love Dakota. W Dakota. No, I'd say this one's good. I would probably say it's even like there, maybe. I feel like this was a good experience. We did pretty good. So yeah. Cool. Okay. That is all of Block Wars Origins done. All of Block Wars Origins. It's a lot, but it's all of Block Wars Origins done. Now things get a bit interesting. We'll get to PB. We'll get to PB. We'll do this in portions yet again. Um, First off, we'll start with the OG PBs, which are these. This was PB. I want to say 9. 8. Okay, so this would have been when things already changed a little. Because I didn't play PB9, so I'll put this like right here for now. Oh, I forgot about the first PB, which we'll start with PB1. It's probably my least favorite PB experience I've had. It's yeah, this team was not great. It was just another mismatch of a team. It didn't work out. Also, Shane wasn't actually on this team. I think he was either sick or he had like other plans where he last minute had to sub out. We got Keegan instead, and Keegan's great, but when an event team is doing poorly, Keegan on your team is inexperienced. So this one's definitely going in meh. Probably, honestly, I'll put it. I'll put it at the bottom. Maybe even in yikes. I don't know. This was like actually not a good event experience, but it's like not the worst. It's just very meh. It's very meh, very meh. But not yikes. It wasn't actually bad. It was just like, ooh. Either way. Next up, we had me, Shane, again, with Garth and Ted. I think this is the only event where I have ever outplaced. I just remembered. This is the first time I had ever outplaced Shane in a Minecraft event, I think. This is at least the only time where I have outfragged him on the same team. I just remembered MCC, I did outplace him, but this is the only time I have outfragged Shane on my team, I think, ever. I want to say, I could be wrong, which is interesting. I was the top frag on this team, which is showcases stuff. Either way, this one I think was okay. From what I remember. This is also the era where I didn't really love PB that much. I played it because I wanted to support the event, but I didn't really have like a particularly great like experience anytime I played PB, just because it was really high comp and I couldn't keep up. I would say this one, yeah, like mentioned, okay. I would say probably like here. Yeah, probably. It was okay. Next up, PB, what I assume is 3. Me, Aiden, Liz, and Red. I think this was an event where, if I remember correctly, the event was really laggy and PvP was literally unplayable, which doesn't sound very fun. It's the only thing I can really remember from it. So, yeah, that is interesting, of course. To have an event where the team is fine, but you can't PvP at all. Especially in Pandoras Box, that is a problem. Either way, so we're gonna rank it like there, probably. I really don't remember what Team Fire was like, so this could have been a way worse or way better experience that I recall. I'm just gonna assume that this is here. So yeah. Anyways, next up is a PB4, which, as much as this team of course hasn't aged the best, at the time this was my favorite PB I had played so far, at the time at least, right? Because it was a really the team worked really well together, and we just kind of fucked around and had fun, and it was great. So I'm gonna have to put it in at least solid, and probably like pretty highly up into solid, probably like here, maybe even higher, honestly. We just had fun. It was just SG. I recall being really fun. I was just a good time. I liked it. Then you have PB5, which was fine, I think. It was just like a team where I didn't really know, like I didn't have much of a thought going into this event, because there was a level of there was like a council of people making teams. And I think Chaos was mainly the one making teams here, and Chaos put himself with me, even though like we didn't know each other that well at the time, I think. And I was just kind of like, okay, because I didn't give any input on teams for the rest. So I was just like, oh, okay. Because this was also when like the whole meme started of like, I keep getting like teams that don't do well. I need a good team, which you'll see soon happens eventually. But this team I think was okay. I would say it was better than this one if I had to guess. I couldn't tell you for sure though. I do think I bottom fragged this team. I want to say I did. I just don't remember anything from how this event went. This one was like okay, I think. This one was decent. My team did better. I just did bad myself. So maybe actually that might be a bit more accurate. I don't remember really. Next up, PB6, me, Red, Zam, and Redacted, which I think was Zam's. I don't know if it was first time playing, second time playing, one of his first times playing at least. You got affected by Chaos. Chaos loves PB. Like Chaos's main event is PB. So, and my least main event was PB. I really wasn't. I mean, still not really that good at PB. So yeah, Chaos would still outfrag me to this day in PB, because he's just better at PB than me. Either way, yeah, me, Red, Zam, and Redacted, I think is like solid. I think this was a solid team. I could be wrong. Probably put it like there, maybe a bit higher. I don't know. I think it's fine. Nothing in particular really. I think fine. Seems like a fun squad. I think. Have you done any events where you were drinking? Yes, I did Mayhem. I think once while drunk, maybe twice. This one I did, and then one of the PBs that will be coming up very soon. This one was also done while drinking, and it was an experience. I don't know if I've done a Block Wars while drinking, but I've done at least a PB and a Mayhem while drinking, which is something. Either way, next up we have Pink Pegasi, which is PB7. This one I think was fine. I don't remember too much about this one either. I think, I remember one thing. 5-Up's dumbass. He joined this event because he watched, I think it was me and somebody else. He watched in PB, and he really liked Temple Lockout. He was really excited about Temple Lockout, so he was adamant that we should play Temple last. And I think our team was like top 2 contender for the entire event, and we were like, 5-Up is confident about Temple last, let's run it, fine. And 5-Up wants to lead as the only newcomer in the event that wants to lead Temple Lockout, and we get fucking shit on in Temple Lockout. Last game, we absolutely get rolled, and we lose. And it's like, bro, come on. Which I remember was a kind of a sour end to the event. But I don't think it was bad. She's like, fine. Put it like there. Maybe there. I'll put it like there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll put it like there. That's fine. Next up, to remain going on with PB, we have a few PBs left. We'll put everything. Yeah, we'll put these together first. First off, PB8, I think this is. I'm gonna be very honest. I don't remember anything from this event. This appears to be Sandwich's first PB, which is cool, I guess. Me and Red appear to team a decent amount for PB. I think we've teamed, I assume, 4 times now, 3-4 times. I don't know, but we've teamed a good amount. This one I think was probably fine. I mean, I don't think there's anything like wrong with this event. This is probably like decent. I really couldn't tell you anything. This is when PB removes survival points. I see. Interesting. That probably lowers the score a little bit. I don't know where I'd put this. It's definitely not the lowest. This would be like here probably. Or like low end solid. I think it's fine. But like, yeah, damage points being, or yeah, survival points being taken away was yucky, you could say, for the, at least. It was a bit yucky. So, an experience for sure. Let me take another sip of the lemonade. 1 second. Did you actually go in an argument after the event? I gave my feedback. Me and Shane talked on stream about our thoughts about survival points, and the people didn't like that. Which I will say wasn't like the smartest idea, but we did. So yeah, that's why both of us didn't sign up for PB9, which is why we were missing for PB9. Because we were on quote-unquote on strike, which was really lame, but yeah. Still really think the no survival points thing is a good thing? It depends, right? It depends. I think at the time, this was, keep in mind, this was the first time any event had done it. So at the time, it was just so unheard of that we had a very strong response to it. Of course, recently, with the most recent PB, I think it was PB 15, which I didn't play in because I was benched. There was this whole big argument about it, right? Where people took issue with it. There are flaws. I think it depends on the game. I think a game like Temple Lockout with no survival points works really well. That's good. Sky Battle or Sky whatever the fuck, Sky Wars, it's like I feel like that should have survival points maybe. Sky High, yeah, sure, whatever. Like having survival points in Sky High, I think even if it's just like a little bit, just makes sense. You're completely not rewarding a certain playstyle, which I think is kind of meh. I think the developers should it. Most notably, somebody like Fruit, who is literally, I mean, Shane said it himself, right? Fruit is agreed upon to be one of the best, if not the best, Sky Battle, Sky Wars, Sky whatever type of player. And his playstyle is just completely not rewarded in PB, which is weird. Because it's not like his playstyle is like gimmicky or whatever. It's a natural way to play the game. So I think something like Sky High, survival points could be fine. SG, it's just because it's in the name, or it's funny to like, mention it. But I think if you have a secondary objective in something like survival games, I don't think you need survival points. It's a little goofy. I would say you probably want it like a little bit because surviving is a skill. It's something that you should be rewarded for, but whatever. So yeah. Is the block war split more controversial than this? No, I actually don't think. Kind of. I think when it happened, yes. When the split happened, it was more controversial. But I think it aged a lot better. I feel like not that long after it happened, people kind of grew to understand and appreciate it a bit more. Whereas I think with survival points in PB, the people who weren't cool with it initially still aren't like the most okay with it now. I feel like there is still this level of reluctance to accept the different or the lack of survival points. That's the difference, right? So I think, to repeat, on initiation, I guess, of the change, the block war split was more controversial, but I think it aged better than the lack of survival points in PB, in my opinion. At least from public perception and especially player perception. That's my opinion. Either way. Next team is this one. The drunk team, Pandoras Box 10, where both Callum and Lewis joined the roster. We did our classic team of me, Shane, Callum, and Lewis, and oh boy, it's yeah, an experience. If you're surviving, you should be doing damage. In my opinion, people don't deserve points for doing nothing. I mean, that's just a, I don't know. Think the follow-up shit. I feel like that's a very tunnel-visioned perspective of what survival points actually do. Because, to an extent, I can agree, right? You shouldn't reward people for doing nothing. But more often than not... Well, not more often than not, but there are instances, pretty common instances, where people are purposefully surviving, and I think that should be rewarded. Like fruit berries is an example, right? I don't think the primary amount of points should be survival points. I don't think it should be a crazy like amount of points, but you should get some reward for surviving because it is a skill. It is something that you actively have to try to do to an extent. Sure, right? If you're just starting in the game and somebody gets shot off and you get +2 points for their elimination or because you are out surviving them, sure, I understand the logic there, but it's more about the other parts of the game where survival is more relevant rather than just, a one-off, somebody gets a kill and you get like a point for it, which I even think 1 point or is fine or something like that. Because then if you survive until the end, you're getting at least like 30 something points, right? Which is better than 0. That's the main difference. Even if it's a little bit, it's better than nothing. So yeah. Either way, this team experience was bad. I like this team. But we weren't very nice. This is one of the more disappointing, I think, overall bits of behavior. Keep in mind especially that this was the first event where Shane and I played again after our whole debacle regarding the removal of survival points, etc., and how strongly we felt against that. And that still persisted. Plus, we were drunk. And then also Lewis and Callum were new, and our team wasn't very strong. So there was so much fuel for us to complain. And it was, it was an experience. I would say this isn't like a bad, I think this is okay, but it's got to be at like the bottom. I'm not proud of this one. This one was it was an experience. Fun team, but yeah. It was something. Either way, now we get into the real juicy team POV of all time. Pandoras Box 11. Me, Kylef, Purpled, and Feinberg. This is one of the best event experiences I've ever had. Yes, the team is ridiculously fucking broken, but it was fun. I liked it. It was cool. So yeah, this team, I mean, there's literally, somewhat recently, this year I uploaded a video about this. So go watch it if you haven't. It is called, like, we challenged the hardest Minecraft event or something. The thumbnail is us four standing next to it. This is a really, really good event experience. I would say it is not as good as MCC was, but it is really, really good. Like an amazing event experience. Mostly because, well, the thing is, right, this is my first win, but it didn't feel as deserved of a first win because of how OP the team was. Whereas this MCC one was like, I was genuinely shocked to win, right? So that's a big factor as well that comes into play. Either way. Next up, PB12, which is also a fun team. Me and Fruit actually duoed for this event, which was very, very cool. With Ant and Ted was like a fun squad. Ted didn't really love this event, I think, which did make the overall event experience a little bit odd. Goodbye, Ann Rosa. Also, thank you for the follow, CJ Gamer. Thank you. This was good, though. Solid event experience. I played really well individually. I think I ended up outperforming some of my teammates who I didn't expect to outperform in certain games. Like, I think in the parkour game, I was doing better than Ant or Fruit or one of them or both. I don't remember. I was doing really well, at least. So this would be a decently high-ranking one. I would say it's probably, like, here, if I had to guess. Maybe here. I liked the team. I just think, like, if I was told, hey, you get to repeat either this or this, I don't know. I don't know what I would pick. Now I would probably pick PB because PB's been gone for so long. I'd probably put this higher. Nah. Because that logic is also weird because it's like, of course I would run this more than this because I don't want to play this version of Block Wars again, but this as an experience was crazier. I'd probably do it like that. I think that's that's fair. Without the bias involvement of just what it is. Either way. Next up is Pandoras Box 13, which was first event, which was with Red and Shane again. Repeat teammates, very common in PB. And yeah, this was I mean, Appa mentioned it. This was moved last second because of House of Nightmares. There was a lot of shit going on with this one. This was the last event before the split. I think the split was already known to happen to the players at least. I don't remember if the public knew about it. But I'm fairly sure the players already knew that there was a split coming up. So there was a lot of discourse happening around this event. As an event experience overall, this was fine. Just like solid. I mean, yeah. Probably like somewhere around here. Maybe like right there. I don't know. Good event though. It was cool. So yeah. All right. Anyways, we have 2 more PBs, and they're both fantastic ones. Pandora's Box 14, Ascension, but that's the only I've not played Genesis, so I've only played Ascension, and then Dragon Pit. We'll get to this, and we'll do the PB14 first. PB14 was a really good experience. We won. Our team was really fun. It's just a bunch of dudes having a good time, and vibing and playing the game and doing well. This is definitely great. Where in grade would I rank it? I would say it's probably... I'd say it was probably the top. There you go. I think this is a very, very good experience. A great one, even at that. And then we have Dragon Pit. Which is just such a fantastic example of a Minecraft event experience, isn't it? It's just like the event itself was really good. The team was really good. I will say, I think I kind of got the short end of the stick in parts of this event. For example, the racing game I didn't enjoy because I just got screwed over in it. I just got unlucky. So I didn't enjoy that pretty much at all, right? I didn't really have much of a fun time in it. The PvP games went fine. I think I think SG I wasn't like the biggest fan of either. I think it was okay. I could be wrong. Maybe we had a decent time in SG, but I don't recall SG being that fun. I know Temple was fun. Of course, you have like Hades Havoc, which was cool. The party game was decent, like Gauntlet was decent. And I'm blanking on what the other game was, cuz there was 6, right? I don't think it was PvP. I don't remember. What was the last game? I don't remember. Was it the Elytra one? Hyperdrive, maybe? I don't know. Either way, 50% great games, and then 50% like, okay. I would still put this in an amazing experience. Like, if I was told, hey, you can run back Dragon Pit, I'd be like, hell yeah. I will say, though, I think as an overall event experience, this one I might rank higher for PB, the PB11. As much as Dragon Pit is like really cool and like a really just like sick, right? Absolutely fantastic event to play in, and this is a really fun team. I think this is just a more insane experience for me personally, just because it's like I think on average the gameplay I had being more fun. And like the team is ridiculous that it exists, right? It's insane. So yeah, 2 PvP events in S tier and 1 in top A. I know that's right. Another reason why I'm holding off on Block Wars is because I think it's gonna rank really highly. So that's why I want to keep things interesting before we spam a bunch of Block Wars events up top. Not that I actually think I will have like an insane amount of amazing or great ones, but there will be a couple of them. So yeah, there will be some lower ones too. I don't think any of them. I don't think any of the remaining ones will be in meh, but I think there might be like an okay one here or there. Either way, before we get into that, we have some remaining events. We have this one, which was a space station gaming event, which I think was a team of me, Callum, Shane, and Lewis again. I could be wrong. I think it was that. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. This one I think was fine. It was cool. I would put it in solid. I don't remember how good of an event it was. I would say it was probably fun. I'd put it like there, probably type of event that I enjoy. Um, Another event I just remembered that I forgot. Kind of a silly way to put it. Oh no, never mind. It's right here. I was gonna say the boat one, but we did. I do have the boat one on here. So we'll look into that later. We'll just do Twitch rivals for now. So I'll put all the Twitch rivals in here for now, just so we can look at it. I think I put House of Nightmares on here twice. Did I? Did I? Hold on. I think I might have. Let me zoom in real quick. Yeah, I did. Oops. Okay, so House of Nightmares. We get that one. Oops, I did it twice. Oopsie. So we can remove that one. Let me pull this up on my other on my other POV other monitor. Let me just pull up these Twitch rivals so I can tell you what they are, or what the teams are rather. This one was an event where I played with. Hold on, let me move everything. This one is an event where I played with Shane, Misty, and Ameston. Apparently, it's Twitch rivals, so it's like fine. The thing is I think at the time of these events happening, we were way more negative about them than I would be now. Because the quality Twitch rivals used to have, in terms of like the Cloud Fuel events, is like on par with some of the events that people actively sign up to play in now. And at the time, people used to pretend like they would only play these for the money. Well, not pretend, they would only play it for the money. Now people play events of similar quality for fun. So that is interesting. I'm gonna be super honest. I have no fucking like resemblance of what the hell like these types of events were like. So I'm just gonna put it in okay. I don't know. It was Twitch Rivals. It was decent. Who cares? Then we have one that I definitely do remember. Minecraft 2 is up next. Minecraft 2 was probably the first like non-minigame cool event that I played in, I think. I was drafted for Team CPK, of course. This is where I met Jimmy. I teamed with False. This is where I met False as well. I think Shadoon was on my team. I could be wrong. Let me check if it's in my thingy. Yeah, I don't remember if Shadoon was on my team, but I think he was. Maybe. Could have been. I think so. Maybe, I don't know. But this is cool. I liked it. I like Minecraft. Minecraft was cool. I'm gonna put it in solid. Probably Minecraft I would rank relatively high. I'd put it like there. There you go. I like Minecraft. Minecraft was fun. There was another Minecraft day because our team did well. It was the finals. This team was significantly less fun, not because the people were like not fun people, but just because the vibe was so different. And I didn't enjoy it as much. This was with like I think it was from what I can see, Dave and Burren were on this team, which I think is like the more positive side of who was on my team. I don't remember who was even on my team for the rest. So it was like fine. I'll put this, yeah, like, that's just here. I didn't, yeah, whatever. Next up, oh, wow. This is a Twitch Rivals I played with, this is a qualifiers that I played with Delta, Ameston, and Zenby, which definitely didn't age well at all. Yikes. This one I think was, from what I remember, like an okay event experience, though. It was decent. I'll put it just right there. It's just Twitch Rivals. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Put it in meh just for fun. Then we have a Twitch Rivals I played with Misty, Delta, and Dave, which you're noticing a repeat of teammates. This one I do recall not being a very fun one, because it wasn't, and I'm gonna put it in here for that reason. Then we have a Oh, this one is one of the highlight ones. You can't see much, but I'm looking on my other monitor. This was me, Shane, Charlie, and Radoons. Very fun team. Very insanely fucking broken, but that's what Twitch Rivals used to be like. We would just pull up with a full squad of 4 good players and run it. This is also a moment in time where I think Shane, of course, was the standout, like, great player on our team. I think Charlie was, like, trending to be a higher end player. Me and Red, I think, were, like, on the same level here, but we were all relatively close. Because this was when I was still considered, like, S tier to an extent, right? So this is just a team where all of us were, like, really good. I liked it, I think, from what I remember. This was fun. Nothing like super crazy. We ended up winning a lot of money, and I remember Red didn't know that there was money on the line, so when we told him he won $1,000 from playing Minecraft, he freaked out, which is really funny. So I'm gonna put it right there. W events. Next up though, is another partial repeat team. Me, Shane, Delta, and 5UP were on this one together. This one I remember being decent. It did not pan out the best. We were like statistically winning, and then some stuff happened in the event. I think it was Boat Rush, which caused them to split the prize pool evenly, which meant that instead of winning like $1,000 or $2,000, we got like 300, which I can't complain about. 300 is 300, but knowing you would have won 1,000 or 2,000 and then getting 300 is of course, you know, a little but still happy that you get 300, of course. So this one I would rank in like okay, because the event didn't run very well, but I would say it's better than Team Fire, better than this one, better than this one. Put it like right there. Whatever, that's probably fine. Next up is that Savio Bingo. Anyone remember that one? The one event where I was teamed with a Spanish or a Mexican lady for 3 days, and she barely spoke English. That was fun. I think her name is Natalia. She was nice to an extent. I don't think she was really looking forward to teaming with me because we didn't speak the same language really, but we tried. This is also where I met Montoya, who's been in the stream a little bit recently, of course, and also Hasvik was on my team, who was nice. Hasvik at the time was kind of the main guy bridging the gap between me and the rest of the team because he was the best at English on the team. But for the most part, they were speaking Spanish, and then I was just there like, yeah, hey guys. Either way, I like had an okay time in this event. It was decent, and yeah, I would say that the Savio Bingo is like right there. Probably. I'll put it like I don't like right there. It's fine. Yeah, whatever. I'll put it like right there. Who cares? And then finally for Twitch Rivals, before we get to before we get to Block Wars, because the remaining parts are all Block Wars main event, we have Nautical Quest, which was an EVNT event that I played in not that long ago. This was when Shane was on a cruise ship. This is, I think, around when Block Wars Series 3 happened, because I recall a lot of people not being able to make that event because of this. And that was solid. It had some cool stuff going on in it, but it wasn't like an insanely impressive event. I would say it was a solid rating, though, if I zoom out a little bit again. This one would rate in the solid tier. Pretty fun. But yeah, pretty fun. I think it was decent. I'll put it like just in this group. Probably like here. I don't know. Either way. Now we're on to the meat and potatoes and vegetables of this tier list. Block Wars post-split, the main Block Wars events. Ignore this one. This is just House of Dimers again, right? So there's a lot. It's a lot of Block Wars. Of course, you'd understand that I have a decent amount of bias towards Block Wars as well, because I organize it. We're gonna do this in some sort of an order that makes sense. I will do all the spin-offs at the end, probably. I mean, I guess I could do the rookies in between, but I'll do all the spin-offs at the end. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So I'm gonna have to remember to do these in order, because they are in a bit of a weird order. So this is Block Wars 1, which was the first Block Wars. Shocker, surprise. It's the first split version of Block Wars, at least I should mention. Me, Burin, Charlie, Joko, and Delta. This was a fun squad. The event I don't think ran like the best at the time, but the team was fun. We popped off in Sky Zone, and that's about it. I would say this is like, I'd say this would be solid. Low end solid is where I would rate this. Probably. I think I'm gonna have to adjust the ratings a little bit, maybe, because I'm putting this like, here probably. I think this one's a little low. I think this one could be bumped up to like here. I think that's fine. All right. Anyways, next up, Block Wars 2. Me, Zeus, 5-Up, Sleepy, and Fudu. This was Fudu's one and only event. I had a couple of people on my team who have only really played like once. Not really anymore, but yeah, no, to an extent. Either way, yeah, this was fine. This is when Block Wars just started, right? In terms of like creator side of things, and the event itself was good, but not well. Okay, it was solid, but not great. And the team making was like a little odd to an extent. So yeah, and the comp was high. It was like whoa. There's a lot going on. This one I think is solid. It's weaker in terms of like overall event experience, I think, than the what's it called? Than the Scarlet Sharks one, but I honestly don't think this one would rate that much lower. I'd put it like there. Cause this was this the Me, 5-Up, and Sleepy was just a squad that we ended up wanting to run a couple of times. I team with Sleepy so much. Hold on, what the hell? I didn't even notice that I haven't noticed that I team with Sleepy this much. That's crazy. Wasn't Zeus in 7th for like half the event? I have no clue. I don't know. Either way, missing here is Block Wars 3 because I didn't end up playing in it. I was supposed to play in it, but this is when I went to the hospital. Not with an emergency, but like I emergency dropped out and then went to the hospital, which was an experience. It was the team where I was supposed to team with Ant Venom and Curryway and whoever, right? And then I dropped out, and I think Piggles subbed in or Ameston subbed in, and then Curry dropped out, and then Ameston or Piggles subbed in. Either one. Well, they both ended up playing on the team, but that didn't happen. The next event I actually played in was Block Wars 4, which was me, Joko, Yoet's Gold, Parrot, and Akko. This was Parrot's one and only Block Wars as well. This was kind of the era where lifesteal. Hold on, let me take another sip of drink. This is the era where lifesteal was really prominent, or started to become pretty prominent in Block Wars, and a lot of the lifestealers wanted to give it a try. This is, of course, Parrot's first event here was because he asked to join, and then, of course, we wanted to put him in. Clown, like a few events later, of course, also joined because he was interested, etc. And we had some others as well join because they were interested in playing. Either way, this team, I think, was one of the less fun experiences I had in terms of Block Wars, just because we didn't do that well, and it was just kind of meh. So this would be like okay. I'd say it's still better than like the Origins events here. I'd say it's probably like there if I had to guess. Probably. Yeah, it's just like meh, whatever. Then we have Block Wars 5, Yahi, Nuke, Harvey, Velvet, and me. This one I think was actually not that bad. I think this one was relatively fun. We just didn't do that well, I think, if I remember correctly. Solid event though, decent. I'd put it in solid, yeah. Probably more like there. Probably fine. Next up, Block Wars 6, Lewis, me, Boostfer, Joko, and Delta. Which is a team. It is a team. That is for damn sure. How many times did I team myself with Joko? 3 times? First one, and then the fourth one, and then this one again? Did I team with Joko after that? I don't think so, right? No, I just happened to team with Joko a couple of times back to back. First boost for team. That's at the time not notable at all, and even literally this wasn't like a notable thing at all. Pretty much, I think when it happened here, but it became notable later on. This team was fine. I would say it was better probably than the Lime Lions experience, but I don't think it was like a great one. I think it was like okay. I'd put it like there, probably. It's alright. Then we have Block Wars 7, which is me, 5UP, Sleepy, Wally, and Mina, which was decent, I think. This was around the time where I realized I had yet to team with a woman, and Mina was the first one. Which was funny. It wasn't like on purpose in sense of like I must team with a woman, but it was more like, oh yeah, oops. Jin and Booster were much before that team. Yeah, I mean Booster and I knew each other already like a decent amount, but not nearly as much as we do now. But yeah, this was also Team MCL to an extent as well. A repeat of. Well, at least, right, Wally was on the original team that I ended up playing on for MCL for one day. I subbed in for Wally because he was unable to play that day. So this is a squad from that team, roughly, and then with Mina there, who wasn't on the team originally, of course, for MCL, because Mina was with Wally at the time. This was a decent team. I mean, solid, right? I mean, it's solid, that's for sure. Probably better than Teal Turtles, and that's about it, probably. I'd say the Scarlet Sharks was more interesting at the time. Though this is one Blitz Hunt, I think, originated, which was cool. So, notice that a lot of 5UP teams are here back to back. That's pretty funny. It's not because of 5UP, I promise. It's just like, 5 and I have teamed a lot, and we've had a couple of instances where the team was just like, whatever. This one might be. I don't remember. This one I think was just fine. A little higher maybe. Maybe like there. There you go. That's fine. Then I didn't play at Block Wars 8 because I couldn't, right? Because I had worked on the event a lot and shouldn't have played that one from the jump, and I didn't. However, what followed was Block Wars 9. The team of me, Booster, Sleepy, Rain, and Deme. Possibly my favorite Minecraft event experience I've ever had. Probably to this day. This is the team I was mainly referring to compared to MCC of whether it's what my favorite event experience ever is. To put into perspective how good of an event experience this team was, I made a 40-something minute video out of just the shit talking of this team, and it was effortless. It was such an easy video to make because it was just such a good like a VOD to work with. So this is at least amazing. It probably is my favorite event experience I've ever had. It's probably my favorite team thus far. I am curious if it'll ever be topped. It is genuinely peak. Like, genuinely peak. Like, I really, really, really enjoyed this event a lot. So, yeah. And it spawned a lot of things. I mean, this was the first time I had spoken to Rain. This is the first time I had spoken to Deme. Me and Rain, of course, ended up becoming pretty good friends post this event because we bonded over being Dutch, and I met her in person later, of course. Me and Deme also ended up teaming again later on. We cool. Me and Sleepy already had teamed a lot prior to this, and me and Booster became kind of a definitive combo after this as well. Like, this spawned a lot of things. It was a very positive team for me. I loved it. So, W event. So much so that we ran it back, pretty much, for the most part, the event later. Deme, I don't think, was available to play, but we got Super TF, which was pretty cool. The thing is this one was in a really low comp environment, and we did decent, but like there were some parts where we kind of did shit. But I think Deme was a really like important piece to the cohesiveness of this team. Super fit in nicely, and we got along with Super really well. I just think there was a level of fatigue going into this one, which made the event experience not amazing. It was cool though, but it was not amazing. I would say this is great. Probably. I would maybe say. Yeah, no, this is still a great experience. This is really fun. I would say. Blockwars 10 did have the broken lime team. Yeah, the balancing was a little stinky in this event. I would say this would rank here. Probably. I liked it. It was cool. So yeah, I also made a video about this one. Which also was a relatively easy video to make, but it was a shorter video, which shows you there was less of a banger in terms of the VOD, but it was still a good one. Either way, that was the main line. Actually, I'll just do this in terms of Series 2 to Series 3, just so it's easier. So we'll do the rookies from Series 2 and the Chaos event from Series 2 as well. Which is where we're going to encounter an interesting example of Block Wars. First off, though, positively, we have the Lime team from Block Wars Rookies 1, which was the debut of Joe Bartolozzi and Eric Point Crow and FanFan, which was awesome. And then initially Abe ended up being Haley, which also, she worked really well with the team. And then me, of course. This was a really fun team. This is a team that I ended up gathering all the footage for and planned to make a video on. That is now scrapped, of course, because it's been a little bit too long since this event to make a video on it. But it was a really fun event experience. I really enjoyed it. It was interesting. So yeah. Did I hear Ghosty subbing in for Abe again? Yes. This is the first time where Ghosty Fruit subbed in for Abe, yes. I actually forgot about that. Huh, interesting how that's happened twice. Either way, this is a really fun team. This is good, I think, if I had to guess. Probably in the good tier. I would put this, like, here. Probably. I really enjoyed this. This was Rookie's first time, which Rookie's 1 wasn't, like, the best in terms of its approach, in terms of its balancing, etc. But the environment, the vibe was really fun. And I enjoyed it. I honestly might rate it higher. I'm trying to think of what I enjoy more. I think Shadow Wizard minigame might go up a little bit. I'll put Rookies there. I think this is fine. I'll put Shadow Wizard minigame a little bit higher. So yeah. Will you team with Joe again? I would like to. I don't really know what would make sense in terms of a me and Joe team nowadays, though. There's a lot of options, but keep in mind, my team is usually made later than the other teams for a Block Wars event. Whereas Joe's team is usually made as one of the earlier ones because it's a bit more difficult to make a cohesive Joe Bart team. So that's why often I don't end up on the Joe Bart team because that team will usually be mostly done already. So yeah, either way. Next up, we have Rookies 2, which, yikes. Was a pretty bad event. However, if I'm being very honest, I don't actually think I could rate this as the worst. Because if I'm thinking about what the event's quality looked like at the time, and how some parts of my team were still fun, it's better than some of the. It's definitely better than Yikes, and it's better than some of the events in Meh. I would probably put this like here, if I had to guess. Because, for example, in this, I'd even honestly say I'm moving Snow down a little bit. For example, in this event, I think I had a mini crash out because of how little fun I was having. In this one, I was just depressed because half of my team hated me. So that was really fun. Yeah, that's about it. This one, I think I was just like also very meh about. I'll put it a little higher though. This is worse. I will say Scott Falco was nice to me. Lythera was nice to me. Octopimp, well, we know, and Imakuni was like a little 50-50. They just blamed me for everything, which was really, really weird. But yeah, that's about it. And Octopimp just straight up refused to play, which was also very weird. But Scott Falco and Lythera were nice. They were great. So yeah, me and Lythera were hanging out prior to the event. This was before I knew of anything that could have gone poorly for this event. So yeah. Also, one of the proofs, one bit of proof of the hero mode team format in rookies doesn't work. I cannot single-handedly carry a team of people that don't play Minecraft. It is difficult, and even Charlie can't do it, and even Feinberg can't do it. So it just doesn't work. So yeah, unlucky. Anyways, that is the portion of Series 2 Block Wars. Besides Block Wars Chaos, I just forgot about that one. That one slipped under my nose very quickly. Block Wars Chaos is such an awkward one to rank because I think as an overall team experience, I had probably one of the lesser ones. Not because my team was bad or anything. I just don't think my team really fit the vibe of a Block Wars Chaos. We were kind of like the designated more chill-ish team, right? I'm the chaotic guy on our team. We have Thor, who's really chill. Lagundo is kind of 50-50, but leans more chill. Simple leans more chill. Giga leans more chill. Can have some chaos, but is more chill leaning. And then Misty and Ameston together was a little bit difficult in terms of the comms and stuff. This one, I would say, in terms of gameplay, was better than in terms of the like actual experience overall. I'm gonna maybe hot take put it in okay. I just think from my team's perspective, this event wasn't as interesting as others' POV was. For no, it's definitely in solid. I'm looking at some of the lower end in solid. This is definitely better than some of the never mind. This is definitely better than some of the ones that I had here. I'll put it like there. That's probably fine. Anyways, on to the final portion of today's stream and well, not stream, but the video portion at least, because this will be a highlight on the. It's gonna be a 2-hour fucking video. Wow, insane. But we're gonna stream after this. We're gonna do speedruns after this probably. We'll get to Series 3 now. I didn't play the first event because of advantage, of course, right? However, you have to add more to the tier list. If you remind me at the end, I will add more to the tier list. Series 3, my first Series 3 event team was probably one of my... Calling it worst is bad because it wasn't a bad event experience, but I actually think my first event team for Series 3 Block Wars was probably the worst one out of the ones, but it's still good. Me, Anthos, Emrek, BTMC, and Poundy. The reason this wasn't as good of an event experience is because our team sucked. Our team was really bad. Poundy was our second frag, which Poundy's not like a horrible Minecraft player, but in Block Wars, Poundy as a second frag is not very good. This was rather unfortunate. Yeah. Thankfully, BTMC post-debut ended up becoming a semi-regular player. Emrek, I don't think, is ever coming back to Block Wars. I don't think he wants to. But this was fine. I mean, it's, like, solid. I didn't hate it. It was just like, yeah, Put it like there. I'd say the Chaos one was probably a bit better, but this one was fine. Probably. Maybe this one was better. No, because it's Series 3 Block Wars. We're still playing good gameplay. So this must have been at least fine. Put it like there. Instinctively, yeah, probably. So much Wolfeei on the screen. There is a lot of Wolfeei on the screen. That is true. Next up, though, we have Block Wars 13, which is another highlight one. This one was an event that, prior to editing the VOD down for this, with the motivation being that it was my first Block Wars win, right? It was the video that needed to be made because I finally won Block Wars. Prior to editing this, I didn't really recall this being as fun of a team as it ended up being. If you watch the video actually did pretty well as well. It's on the main channel. This is a really fun team. Me, Fine, Doki, Giga, and Gumi was a really fun squad. I really enjoyed it. It was great. I had a great time. It's just a good group of people. I was happy to get a chance to team with, another S tier in Block Wars, because I had only top fragged, I think, or at least intentionally only top fragged prior to this event. And it was fun. So this one definitely goes in great. I don't know if it goes in amazing, because it wasn't like a super standout crazy fun event experience, but it was really, really good. I liked it. So we're going to put it in great. Big fan of that one. W. I don't think we ever teamed. I don't think so. I'm surprised. I feel like the Origins, it would have happened already. So it's a little surprising. But yeah. Either way, next up is Block Wars 14, which is a event where I fourth fragged, and this wasn't with Abe. Abe subbed out, or not subbed out. Abe no-showed because he slept in, and we had Swiffies who locked in, and I fourth fragged. I think the event experience was fine. Good, I would say, because the event itself is good. It's just, it just felt so empty because it was a really good team. So I'm gonna put it below Gato. I think I would have enjoyed. I think from what I recall, this one was a bit more enjoyable. As much as I like teaming with the people here, like a lot, right? Of course. It just feels so empty to steamroll an event with a broken team. It's just, especially because I wasn't really, it's going to sound maybe a bit weird, but I didn't want to win again that soon because I wanted to not give myself shit teams for the remainder of the year, I guess, or whatever, right? Which I didn't, of course, but I didn't want to have to worry about my own teams balancing that much. And then I didn't just win my first event, but almost won back-to-back, which was unfortunate, but whatever. I liked the event, though. It was cool. Then next up, we have Block Wars 15, because this was 14. So 15, where it was me, Boostfer, Joel, Giga, and Lee. A very fun group of people. A very unfortunate one in terms of event performance, because we started in high-end placements. We were a top 2 contending team in the first few games, and then the results at the end of the event were us in last because it was maybe the worst game order we could have hoped for, which was rather unfortunate. We were in first in the first half. Yeah. I think this is also when the new multiplier came into play, which proved to be functional, you could say. Either way, yeah, it's an event experience that was a roller coaster, but still good. This was, I think, the longest Yap session I had post an event happening. I had a talk with my teammates about Block Wars and just the entire thing for an hour, I think, or something like that, to the point where even a bunch of people joined our VC. I think Quiet was there at some point. We were just hanging out. That was cool. So it shows our team was good. It was just an unfortunate gameplay experience. So I'm going to put this one pretty highly. I'd say this one's great. As much as we got shit on, I had a great time. It was a really good team. And me and Booster played really well individually as well. We had really good performances. It was especially funny because Spleef and Blitzhunt were like the reasons why I got outfragged in Block Wars 14 because I just didn't do well. I got unlucky to an extent, right? And in Block Wars 15, I did really well in both of these games, and that meant I got like 5th or something, right? It was like really high. I did really well, unexpectedly well even. Individual board, yeah, I got 5th, and Booster got 7th. Like for a last place team, that was crazy. So yeah, that was cool. I liked that one a lot. Very fun team. So yeah, W. I would put it. I'll put it like here. No, I'll put it at the bottom of that. That's fine. Also race, yeah, race I think I did well into. Then on to the spin-offs from Series 3 that I've played in. 3 of them so far. We have the first one being Rookies 3, which was me with VTubers. And a really fun team. I really enjoyed this one. This was Haka's first Block Wars. This was so far. What do you mean so far? Sorry, what did I say so far? My bad. Are you gonna end stream soon? No, probably not. This one was me with VTubers. W event. I liked it. My team was fun. It was very silly. I was third wheeling, but not like in a different way. Like Lineshu and Haka were bantering with each other, and then Deme and Doki were like in on the VTuber lingo, and I was kind of a spectator, but I was partially participating because of course I was the team leader. But it was an interesting experience. I liked it a lot though. It was really fun. So this one's another like great one. I mean, this one probably ranks. I mean, our team didn't do super well, but we didn't do like bad. Lineshu I think underperformed unfortunately here, which meant our team was like a little weaker. But I'd say this is great. I liked it. Very fun team. Then we have Rookies 4, which is another example of I just keep giving myself Rookies teams that aren't very good on accident. When am I going to have a Rookies team that's good? I don't know. We'll see. But it was a fun one because this was reminiscent of what team I was supposed to get previously. The team did well. Where do we place? Did we do well? I thought the team... Yeah, we got 6th, which isn't great. It's fine. And then Rookies 3, our team got 5th, which is fine. So we did all right. So Rookies 3 would have been my best... Well, Rookies 1, technically, I think would have been my best team, right? In Rookies... No, not even, actually. So Rookies 3 would have been my best Rookies team in terms of the event's context. But even then, it's not a great team. It's just like a fun team, but not a very strong one. Not that I need a strong team for Rookies, but you know what I mean. Either way. Rookies 4, yeah, it was kind of a chance for me to team with Aggie and Parky. I think I've said this before, in Rookies 3, I was originally on the team Sandwich was on instead of Sandwich Lord. So originally the blue team for Rookies 3, which ended up getting second, which kind of showcases why I was there. The team with Parky, Aggie, CJ, and Spiff originally was going to have me instead of Sandwich, but due to some last-minute scheduling conflicts, etc., we formed this green team, and between me and anyone else who was available at the time, I by far made the most sense to be the top frag here, so I was. And then Sandwich, of course, ended up being on the blue team, which did age well because the team ended up getting to the finals, and Sandwich got them to practice a bunch, etc., which was really cool. Yeah. I got my chance at teaming with Aggie and Parky, which was really fun. Pooh, I also, got along with pretty well because I, invited him to Block Wars at the start of the year, and we had chatted a little bit here and there. And then Nandre had been a requested person to join the Block Wars roster for a while and fit really nicely in this team, and I had a good time. This was fun. Another great one, I think, or maybe even good. This one felt like it was a really nice vibe of a team. It felt like we were a little too far behind though for the majority event, which kind of like made it a little bit more difficult overall. I would say that as an overall event experience, I'd rank it around there. This one was really fun. It was fun. I'm trying to think. Maybe I ranked Rookies 1 too low because I recall really enjoying this team. But I don't think it's reflected that well here. So this one should be higher, but this one should also be higher. But I don't think this should be in the same tier as the other one, so that's like weird. I'll put it like this for now. That's probably fine. And then we have Brawl. Last event for the rankings. Wars Brawl, the most recent Block Course event, which was also one of the most controversial Block Course events that we've ever had. Not so much even because of the event itself, but because of the audience surrounding it, including players, I guess, to an extent. Not even really including players, mostly just the audience, to an extent, surrounding it. So, there are the follow-up shoots. For my team's POV, it was solid. We had a good time. It was fun. Andres meshed really well with the squad of me, Boost, for Sleepy, and Rain. I had a great time. I liked it. But we were definitely not going to do Brawl anytime soon, I think. At least not for main event. I don't think Brawl is happening anytime soon because, yeah. Our team got third, I think, right? Yeah, so we did really well. We actually were in contention for finals almost, but Extraction Game 8, yeah. Either way, great team. Where would I rank this, though, specifically? Where would I rank this one? Because this is a really fun group. I'd say, like, here. There. Bobble Block Horse, I did forget about that one. That was a good one. Good point. Okay, let me know real quick which ones to add. Or like, links or anything that I could add to this. I can add some of them maybe very quickly, and some of them might take a little bit longer, because I might not have images for them. The Bobble Block Horse one I should be able to find pretty easily. Tubbo Block Wars, Jams, Funny Wars. Was my Funny Wars VOD ever posted anywhere? And Jams, I don't even remember what that was. What is Jams? Hold on. Let me first add the Bobble Block Wars one. I'll do that just very briefly right here. There's the Bobble Block Wars. James is the 100 player thing for Jingle Jam. I don't remember where the Tubbo Block Wars. I can't put the Tubbo Block Wars in here either. I don't have images for them, but I'll just say where I would put them. I only have the Bobble Block Wars one. So we'll first start with the Bobble Block Wars one. Bobble Block Wars was good. I think the problem with the Duos event was that it was maybe a little too competitive leaning, and I think me and Booster weren't really like the most prepped for that. So I'll put it in good, but not the bottom of good. I'll put it like really there. I think it was fine. It's a lot of rage. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a type of environment that I think is cool. But yeah, Blitz Hunt was rough.